Let's waste no time. Let's go. It's not often that we go to Tartarus when Fuka's in this particular area. But this next area shouldn't be too bad. It's actually not very long either. We are slowly but surely approaching the end. And we've got something to give Junpei before we head in. I also definitely know what team I'll be bringing, because 2 members are pretty underleveled compared to everyone else. And as luck would have it, they both happen to be quite useful for this block as well. So, yeah, we're going to be bringing Ken, Koromaru, and we're not going to waste this opportunity to show off Junpei's new weapon. So, let's bring these 2, and then this is what you've been waiting for. Don't even think we need to go to the Velvet Room yet. So, in status, we've got, let's see. Evade Wind High is decent, but Masakado's Katana. Plus 10 to all stats. Okay, so let me just give an overview here. So this is what Junpei's stats look like now. And here's what they look like after equipping this. That's pretty amazing. Also, he has Brave Blade already, but unfortunately his next skill isn't for 10 levels, which is kind of ridiculous. And you'd think he'd have even more of a reaction to that. Remember all that time ago, ages ago, I forget when it was, but it was a very long time ago, Junpei said that one day he was going to find the legendary sword. Well, it looks like he's finally found it now. And we'll be able to see it very soon. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, here's what Masakado's Katana looks like. Actually has a unique model here. So, let's move on. You know what, maybe I should give Ken a Tome of the Void just in case. There's some enemies coming up that use Rage. The weird thing is, they're actually... Okay, Berserker Seal is pretty great, but look at all these Tome of the Voids. It's pretty amazing. In fact, well, unless we want to farm more money, 4 Tomes of the Void is all you ever need, because that's the number of party members that can be in battle at once. But like I said, money can help. So yes, we do have a new set of enemies here. As I was saying, there are some that use Rage, but oddly enough, most of the time the Rage is actually a good thing for you. Kind of weird, but you'll see why once we see them. So what do we got coming up first? We have, okay, 2 new things.
3 of them. Strike first.
Well, one of them kinda new. The Carnal Snake we fought as a boss just a couple of areas ago, and yeah, now it's showing up as a regular enemy.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
The other is the Eternal Eagle, but let's scan the snake first because it is counted as a separate enemy. I'm also going to go ahead and equip Thor because I'm pretty sure that in one more battle Thor will get their heart item. So let's just wait for the scan to go through, even though I know these snakes are weak to ice. Snakes do tend to be.
The enemy's weak against ice.
So yeah, not too much in the way of decent resistances, null win, but that's all. I'm not sure if this Spirit Drain is as good as it was when they were a boss or not, but they've got a lot of things. So yeah, you'll see Infuriate here. In fact, all of these status ailments we're immune to with the Tome of the Void. Well, at least Ken is. I'd equip it on Gary's too, but the Auto Revival is just so much more valuable. Now, if you get that for every party member... Oh, and here's Brave Blade, by the way. I don't think we've seen it before. It's pretty decent.
3 enemies left. Give me a sec.
Let's see if I can scan the Eternal Eagle. First, let's go for... yeah, I still want Thor to get the experience, so I'm going to have to stick with him for the moment. And let us just... stab the snake. That sounds wrong in some way, but let's not overthink that. Oh, nice. I was about to say that it just barely survived, but not for long. So, the Eternal Eagle. Good thing that I brought Koromaru here. This thing drains thunder and wind, but it is weak to dark, and basically it's just got wind skills, so... And Masu Hukaja. It's basically the same as those eagles all the way back in the beginning. And, thank you, Absorb Wind. Thank you for that. That would have normally been Thor's weakness. And my Dark user wastes their turn. Great. And I had to keep Thor equipped because of the stupid... yeah, that's annoying. I would normally like to switch to Thanatos here, but that's not going to be happening.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Careful there. You're probably going to... Okay, there's just love.
Kenkun's in trouble.
Please don't use a healing item. Ah.
That wasn't good.
Okay, hopefully this will stop people using healing items. Yeah, we really need to upgrade that to Meteorahan soon. Ken will be getting that eventually. I'm just going to rush it. Yeah, there we go.
The enemy is getting
Now,
stronger.
normally I'll trust Koromaru to deal with those things, but here, yeah. And also, we're seeing 10 cards now, finally. So, we have officially reached the end. And that was not a level up for Thor. So, we're going to have to keep looking. Hello there, would you kindly serve as a level up for Thor? That would be great.
There are 5 enemies. Attack.
Devious Maya, and 5 of
Give
them.
me a sec. I'll scan the target.
I hope Thor will be able to take this. I mean, he does have no weaknesses. And I think you guys are actually weak to that. Yes, you are. Okay, then.
Watch this.
And Ken's just going to combo one of them.
Kenkun defeated an enemy. It's weak against electricity.
Yeah, so weak to Elect. Main thing to worry about is Last Resort. We'll actually be needing to worry about that a lot more eventually, but for now, let's just be concerned with these things, which really aren't too strong. Please use... Oh, I was hoping that you'd use whatever it is, that Temper Slash or that multi-hitting thing that you have.
Finish it off.
I almost did something that I knew that I'd do this session, but I resisted. So, in my practice runs, I have had an annoying habit of pressing triangle to use a persona, which is a bad idea in this game, because it makes you go into rush mode. So, that is annoying. I managed to just hold my finger back from doing that, and I almost did it again. My right hand.
Enemy defeated.
Now I'm sounding like a Wayne, but yes, my right hand is betraying me. I have to retrain my right hand to not press triangle to use skills.
The enemy is getting strong.
Anyway, oh, speaking of Thor, there's Loki there. I don't know what I'll get out of this 9-weapon card, which I have no idea where it is now. Okay, he just got money, that's fine. And that should be Thor. Good, that was Thor, great. And like last time, I don't care about Heavy Master. Thor is the one who learns that, but I really don't like heavy weapons very much, so let's produce the hard item. And this should be the last one of these, unless we want to equip an Elect weak persona in the future, but 2 of these should be fine. So that's going on, I guess, as soon as possible. In fact, that's actually going to really help against the next boss.
Yes, yes, yes. My skill level has increased.
And we get a double level up. Hi there, I want that chest. Okay, after this I'm just going to head to the stairs. But let's see if you're anything new. You are kind of.
There are 3 enemies. Be
Okay,
careful.
finally, I can do this now. Die for me has not been my friend lately, so I'm just going to go for Mamudorn. How do you know it would be great to have Spellmaster combined with Die for me? That'd be pretty awesome.
2 more enemies.
Oh, maybe I could have used Die for me there. Oh well.
It's on.
Don't like Junpei lowering his HP this much, because then they run the risk of using Wind on him, and then he could die, and then ow, Koromaru. Okay, please don't miss. That's probably gonna miss, isn't it? Yes, of course it would. And that barely did anything? Okay, yeah, I'll go for it. It's not like SP is really that much of an issue at this point in the game. Well, got both of them.
Good job.
And a 10 money card. I'd appreciate a 10 experience card right about now, but 10 money is not bad. And I didn't get the 10 money. But I got some money out of that. I was hoping that chest would give me money so I could actually say something like that. Hello there. You blended in very well with that thing on the minimap, but you're just these things.
There are 2 enemies.
Well, there's a 10 cup card. Come on, please give me that 10 experience card. At this point in the game, 10 money cards don't even really mean that much. Oh, you've respawned. I might as well take care of you. I do want to get some experience for everyone. And you're probably something... No, you're not. Okay, you're just this batch of enemies again.
Three of them. Strike first.
Well, I guess it's Gabriel time. And this costs an equal amount to using the good item individually on the 2 snakes, so might as well go for it. Who are you going for there, Ken? Uh-oh. If that misses, he's gonna get up. Oh, actually, he didn't get up. Okay, Koromaru, hopefully this will work. You have not been good at Mudaoning birds this area. And you're, of course, hitting the knockdown one. This is going quite... Well, that was a crit, but it's not going to mean much. You know what, I might as well just stab the bird. Bird gets double stabbed and barely survives. And dies to high count. Oh, I love it when enemies die to counter. Will you have more luck Mudaoing something that is not weak to dark? No. Okay. Now let's just rush it down.
Good luck, everyone.
There we go.
No
That battle did not go how I hoped it would, but oh well. That was still pretty amazing though. I love it when things die to counter. I was very disappointed in Persona 5 to look at the skill description and find that counter has now been nerfed to only activate 10% of the time. I mean, admittedly, it just... Okay, let's just go to the next floor. Admittedly, it is very, very broken in this one, especially high counter. 50% is just ridiculous. So, I'm just going to spoil the surprise for you, Fuka. The boss is on floor 144, so actually not... 244. So actually not very far. Okay, you're new.
There are 3 enemies. Be careful.
This is the Nemean Beast, and actually putting Thor back on might actually be decent. Because these things have some very powerful strike attacks. Speaking of strike attacks, you got high countered. Yeah, like I said, high counter is broken in this game. Okay, Brave Blade. How much will that do? Ah, fair bit.
Couldn't finish it up.
There we go. So yes, God's Hand. That's quite painful. They're also level 76, so the enemy levels are really creeping up. But they have no resistances and are weak to fire and dark, so Koromaru pretty much wrecks them. Well, there's the God's Hand. Oh, Koromaru, please dodge. Ow. Yeah. Koromaru wrecks them, provided he doesn't get wrecked himself. God's Hand is always extremely painful. Oh no, you're walking up slowly. Please don't critical hit. Oh, right, of course. I didn't need to worry at all, because that's why I said it was a good idea to look at Thor. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to trust Koromaru to finish this, so I'm just going to go for Seth. It's kind of funny. On my practice run at this area, I was able to get through almost everything, barely having to have Garius spend any SP. I could just rely on allies for almost everything. But not so much on camera for some reason. Junpei, are you going to use fire? No, you're not. Just gonna do that.
Last one.
Well, they're not actually weak to this, but will you have better luck than Koromaru's been having? Nope. Well, that's fine. Oh, wow, we actually, I'm confused. I'm confused. I do have Thor equipped, right? I'm not supposed to be absorbing strike. That's a bad one. I'm very confused. Let me check something. That was bizarre. That was really bizarre. Okay, let me just check, because I didn't just switch to a bad one on my own or anything, did I? Oh, right, Seth. Yeah, that was dumb. Okay, then. Yeah, of course, I switched to Seth, who has Absorb Strike as a skill. So, Seth is pretty much perfect for fighting those things. I forgot I got Absorb Strike on Seth. So, yeah, that was kind of stupid. Okay, single enemies here. Single enemies could potentially be something that's kind of interesting. Yep, there it is.
There's one enemy.
Jotun of Evil.
Give me a sec. I'll scan
This
the
thing
target.
is kind of strange, and the best way to deal with it is, weirdly enough, to use the rush command.
What you want from here? Here's our chance. Let's
Like
do it.
most Jotuns, though, it has an absurd amount of HP, so it doesn't die to one all-out attack. Jotuns are some of the rare things that tend to do that, not die to an all-out attack. And, oh, that's bad. Okay, Seth is not immune to that. I should probably switch Seth out then. Grab that heal there.
It has multiple weaknesses.
So, yeah. Weak to everything physical, but repels everything magical. That's pretty crazy. Also has Hamon, Bufudine, Provoke, which, here's the thing. Why do you have Provoke? Provoke just makes it easier for us to hit your weakness. I'm kind of confused about that. Normally, things that repel physical use Provoke, but for some reason you're weak to everything physical and you still have that. It does have every evade physical skill though, but if you keep Rush on, you'll eventually hit it, so it's really not that bad. You will fall over a lot though. Okay, I'm going to turn off... And I turned off Rush too late. Well, this thing's being stupid, so... Not going to pay for that too much. And no all-out attack, because we're not down. Yeah, everyone's fallen over. These battles basically just boil down to everyone falls over, because, yeah. And he's fallen over.
Please, be careful.
Mabufudine. Okay, he's not weak to that. Even though he does learn Null Ice eventually.
Here's our chance.
Okay, let's go. That's actually kind of cool. Everyone seems to be up. And it did not finish that thing off. This should, hopefully. There we go. And this should finish him off. So yeah, these battles tend to take quite a while and get very annoying because of all those dodge skills. But it's not really that bad. Next time I'll equip one of my angels and repel light and then see what he can do. In fact, Gabriel is pretty much immune to everything he can do. Why are you not giving me experience? It's always a rule. Whenever you're actually recording, you don't get the things that you want. I got experience all the time when I was practicing this section.
Yes, my skill level has increased.
Well, looks like Ken didn't need that to level up. I was trying to talk to Ken to request healing, but for some reason we opened the chest backwards. Okay, thing about those Jotuns is they actually give a lot of experience, well, provided that you get an experience card in shuffle time, so they're actually quite useful to go after. And they often show up if the shadow is a small one.
There are 2 enemies.
Well, this is going to give me an excuse to use Gabriel. Okay, I got a 9 experience card this time. It's funny, in my first playthrough I got a lot of use out of Raphael. Here I didn't end up using him very much, and I'm getting a lot of use out of Gabriel, who I didn't actually use very much in my first playthrough, so it is kind of cool how you often discover different personas in different playthroughs. It helps that you often get different combinations of skills passed down via fusion.
There are 3 enemies. Be careful.
So like, for example, I did not get Absorb Wind on Thor on my first run, but I actually got that now. Oh boy, this is going to be kind of painful, but... You know, I could easily just use a Precious Egg. I've got a lot of them, and... Finally, Die For Me is actually working!
Great battle.
Did playing Persona 5 cure me of the Die For Me curse? And that's a lot of money. Mr. Kaneshiro would like this hand. So yeah, it seems like my Die For Me curse is sort of wearing off, maybe? It's kind of weird. And yeah, again, talking about the first playthrough thing, in my first playthrough I got insanely lucky with Die For Me. That thing carried me through a lot of the game. So we've got a little bit to go before we get there. Check. Discharm this late into the game. We have a Tome of the Void, we don't need that anymore. Well, I mean, we might if someone who doesn't have one of those gets hit by Charm, but oh well.
There are 2 enemies.
Still no experience cards. Okay, that one's in the middle. And now it's here. Well, at least we're making up a lot of money. Let's actually see how much we have. We've passed 2 million. Something that I actually did not expect to happen, so that's good. And let's see what you are. We're actually, we're missing a few enemies here.
Be careful.
There's a couple that have not shown up yet, and you again. Okay, well, you get lucky this time. There we go, finally. And getting the kill too. Nice one, Koromaru. No shuffle time for that, unfortunately. Yeah, Koromaru deserves that. He finally hit something with Budo. So yeah, checking my... I don't have enough for that. Where are you going? Wait. Yeah, yeah, that should be fine. Actually, you know what? We haven't done this for a while. Let's do this. Vorpal Blade! Which I've since found out still does exist in Persona 5. It's just, I'm pretty sure it's not nearly that good. I think Yusuke learns it. Kind of interesting. Yusuke, in a lot of ways, his stat build and what kind of skills he learns is very similar to Junpei. It's just that it has, it's just that he's got ice instead of fire, and...
Junpei is leveled up.
Speaking of Junpei, and speed buffs instead of defense buffs. But other than that, he's pretty similar to Junpei, actually.
Watch out! There are 4 enemies.
Vorpal Blade again! Oh, wait, you just barely survived. Let's just rush it. No need to try and Mudo that thing. And we'll be at 340 next. And with this... Yeah, so focus something else with the next Guardian is 244. And encouragement from Fuka, you know what that means. Kind of feels like Judgment is in some ways her link, because it levels up every time she's encouraging us, but yeah, another rank up for the Judgment Arcana. So we're at level 7 in Judgment. And so, yeah. As I was saying, checking the enemy list, we've got 2 more enemy types that we haven't seen yet, and this must not be one of them. Oh, actually it is, okay.
There's one enemy.
That was surprising. Wicked Turret.
I'll scan the target.
And, alright, how resilient are you against? Okay, you're null to that, strong against that. Do you slash or pierce? I'm not totally sure. Actually, doesn't matter. Whatever physical attacks it uses are bad and we'll null them, so might as well switch to a Baton then. Now, this is something that I really don't want to accidentally hit Rush against. Let's just say. Oh, it's firing its defense debuff bullet. Oh, yep, that's why you don't want to use Rush. So, this is the kind of thing that you'd expect to have Infuriate or Provoke, but it doesn't. Repel everything physical, strong against fire, weak to elect as almost every turret is. I really like how this one looks though. This is very, very cool. It's almost like the Black Knight, but a tank. Actually, its armor really does look like Path of Radiance's Black Knight now I think about it, but yeah, the Black Tank. So yeah, Power Charge, Myriad Arrows, Argidine, really nothing too major. Yes, this is what your power is meant to be used for, electrocuting tanks. Doesn't take much damage from that, but it will take a lot from your own attack. Electrocuting tanks is quite as cool as kicking them into the stratosphere, but we'll have to wait for the next game for that. A 10 weapon card. Let's hope that I actually pick it up this time. It was this one. No, it was not. I'm stupid. Oh well. And that is probably a Jotun, which is good because it means I don't need to worry about SP. Also means that we'll get a lot of experience out of this.
Attack! Here's our chance. Let's do it.
Unfortunately, a lot of Jotens you can make them go faster by using instant death because they've got an enormous amount of HP, but instant death gets around all that. But here, this one repels all of it.
Here's our chance.
It is pretty fun to use Gabriel against it, though, or anything that repels light. Speaking of which, in practice runs, I can now officially confirm what happens if a repel meets a repel. So I had this thing use light on Gabriel before, and what happens is its own repel is treated as just a null in that case. So your repel bounces the attack back, and their repel nullifies it on themselves. So no infinite bouncing between the two of you. Another 10 weapon card. Will I get it this time? 2. That was also 2, I'm pretty sure. Thank you. Volg. And level 75. Nice.
Yes.
And we get a double level up.
Skill level is increased.
Okay, right, that was the... In fact, that wasn't a double level up. So, let's see what that Volg is. Something tells me that it's actually a knife. Oh, it's a spear! Deadly versus Hanged Man. That's... Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and equip that. Even though it's going to be pretty bad against most things, that's actually going to be really useful for the upcoming boss fight. I just spoiled that it's a Hangman boss, but this is actually pretty good.
There are 3 enemies. Be careful.
Once again, I don't have enough SP to do the, that. I do have enough, though, for a Marmudon. Well, it hit something. Got 2 of them, nice.
Last one. Oh, crap.
Uh-oh. Well, nice dodge there. Didn't even need that. You know, did that evade wind high off of that last katana that I gave him ever help him at all? I don't think it ever did. And I'm just gonna rush.
If you get into trouble, run. Good.
Should mention now that I've de-equipped it, a funny thing about the Poison Glaive is that if you, as I may have accidentally pressed the rush button against a... Don't really care about what I get there. Against a tank and regretted it, if you hit a repel with that, it actually will poison you. Well, I mean, at least it has a chance of poisoning you. I might just go ahead and use that Chewing Soul, actually. Oh, that restores 100. Nice. Forgot about that. I thought it was 50. Oh, no, that's Snuff Soul. Anyway. But yes, repelling a hit from a weapon with a status effect can actually status you, potentially.
There are 3 of them.
Which is kind of amusing. Charming yourself with a sexy lance would also be pretty amusing, but that weapon was way earlier in the game.
1 enemy left.
Probably could have used die for me there, but oh well.
Please help me.
Okay, Koromaru, will you do it this time? You didn't get a cut in, so I'm guessing maybe not. Nope. Okay, then.
It's on. That one just won't die.
Good luck, everyone. Great battle.
Well, there's a curse card here. I think that was not what I wanted at all. Although that's actually amusing because now I have 3 out of 4 of the Archangels. And I do need all 4 of them, but not yet. That's for something that I can't actually do at this point in the game. And I won't be able to do until 2 days before the final battle, because, yeah, that's stupid. You know what I should be doing right now is I should be working on some of the fusion spells that I haven't done, because for Elizabeth's requests, as I've said many times, all you need is to have performed them at least once before. You don't have to do them right after accepting her request. So, if I get those out of the way, I might actually be able to... I'll just have to see what I can do at this point. You're probably a whole bunch of Myers. No, you're something completely new. Platinum dice. I actually didn't find any of you on my practice run.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the
So,
target.
I have absolutely no idea what to do here. Baden, I guess. Dice tend to use physical attacks sometimes. Yeah, I've never seen these things before here. Okay, Maragion. That, well, didn't do anything. You seem to be using physical attacks.
It's weak against electricity.
Okay, Akasha Art and God's Hand is a terrifying combination, but they are weak to Ken. So that shouldn't be too bad. And I counted. Dice have such slow attack animations, although then again, everything is slower on the PAL version. I don't know if I mentioned that before, I probably have, but yeah, in the NTSC, otherwise known as the US and Japanese version, the animations are a lot quicker. I don't know if Persona 4 is like that too or not.
Another.
At the very least, Persona 5 is pretty fast, regardless of what version you're playing.
Here's our chance. Let's do it.
It's funny, this is going to be weird tandem, and people always told me that NTSC is really bad, but it does seem to be a higher, like, frame rate than PAL, because from what I've seen, PAL seems to be 50 FPS and NTSC is 60. Just want to see what a 10 card, if that does. Let's see if we can find something we don't... 2 Gabriels and 2 Kalis. Well, I know we're not getting the Gabriel. We can double up again, but I don't fancy my chances. Do I really? Yeah. Raphael could potentially make some better fusion fodder. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of strange. Of course, you know, the frame rate, even though it does make things take slower, it's not as much of an issue in like an RPG as it is in something else, like, say, Smash Brothers, where there are completely different tier lists for PAL and NTSC because they're so different
in
terms of the speed.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
So, this is another new enemy that we haven't seen yet, the Harmony Giant. I think that should make all of them. So, I believe the Harmony Giant is... Actually, what is it weak to? I forget. Well, I guess I'll be finding out soon. But I'll switch to Odin in preparation for... Well, not in preparation for, I'm going to hit those dice anyway, so... Let's see, who's going next? Yeah, I can pretty much safely just Zionga everything. I hope that Giant doesn't absorb this, or repel it. It actually did repel, but Odin absorbs it, so that actually healed us. It's pretty funny.
Please help me. It's weak against ice.
So yeah, only Slash works, weak to ice. I had a feeling it was weak to ice. Giants often are, and it has Megado and Margarodine, so that's bad for Junpei. Not quite goodbye dice, but almost. Oh no. I'm thankful those skills got buffed in Persona 5 to the point where they actually now, what to do here? What's the bigger threat, honestly? The Giant is probably the bigger threat now I think about it, so I'm going to go and switch to Gabriel. Okay, so let's just buff it on you. Had to get a delivery from the door there, so... Yeah, throw me off a little bit, and I can't switch personas back again, and that thing's going next. So let's just hope this dies. Nope, not quite. At least these dice can't explode. That's gone.
The enemy.
And nothing should be able to hit us this turn.
Enemies return to normal.
And he's wasting his time, yeah. So, like I was saying, I'm glad that those got buffed in Persona 5 where they now affect all
This
enemies.
is what my power was meant to be used for.
Actually makes the break skills a lot more useful. Also, party members tend to learn those much earlier than they did in other games, which is pretty cool.
One enemy to go. Last one.
And I will just Buffudine you.
The enemy is down. Now's your chance.
And finish it off with an all-out attack. Now that we've seen all the enemies that can appear here, I can feel pretty content to just head to the stairs for most of the floors now.
Shadows detected.
I would like to get a few chests, see if there are... Aha! Finally! A 10 experience card! That's what they look like. I love that double wheel. Okay, 2, and yes, everything apart from the 10 experience card merged, so yeah, it's pretty obvious which one it is. And another level up for... And that was a lot of yen. Yeah, wow, we're at 2.5 million. Wow, this has been a very lucrative expedition. Ken is pretty much out of SP though, which is kind of bad. But that's just a sign that he's been really useful. I wonder if... I don't know if I am, but I wonder if I'm the only playthrough on YouTube that's actually given Ken a chance. Because I know a lot of people who just leave Ken at his base level the entire game. It's funny, I did not see much dice at all in practice runs, and now they're showing up all the time. Well, now I actually can get a one more combo going.
That's the way.
Although, actually, can I? What do you have, Odin? You have... Okay, Maziodine, Mazionga... Okay, you just have Thunder Rain. But... Okay, so Thunder Rain is like 16 with the... Check Thor. Because Thor has regular Zeodyne. Taking a gamble here and hoping this is cheaper. It's exactly the same, so I'm not able to do this.
That's the way.
Ken? You're going way later. Okay then, let's just deathbound everything.
One enemy left.
That was actually pretty cool. Of course, the one thing that survived is the one thing that is going next. And, of course, Thor's totally immune to that. I was worried Thor wouldn't be pulling his weight very much anymore at this point in the game, but he certainly is. Bravo, Bredo!
Couldn't finish it up.
Okay, you still have one more use of that.
Here's our chance. Let's do it.
I still think Ken can be useful sometimes, at least a lot more than people give him credit for.
We can't afford to lose.
7 experience. So only one 10 experience card. I think it went up first twice. And no thank you. And that would be a level up for Yolunga, okay then. Haven't actually used Yolunga in a while, I guess because Gabriel's kind of replaces my main ice user. Although I don't think Gabriel has Ice Amp.
I'm the man.
Yolunga still has some pretty good healing skills. I forget if I've actually found the stairs here or not. I take it that I already have because this is a giant dead end. So let's just get rid of you. Wonky hitboxes.
There are 3 enemies. Be careful.
Aha! See, now, keeping Mazionga is actually paying off. Because I like this cheap weakness hitting.
Good choice. The enemy is down. Here's our chance. Let's do
I'll
it.
probably be showing the boss in this same video because this area is not really all that long. I've only been going for about a little over 30 or 40 minutes at this point.
Good job.
10 weapon card, let's see what that is. And let's not see what that is because I keep missing them for some reason. I'm kind of curious to see what that chest is, but I just want to get out of here. We're almost through this area. Let me just check our levels. We are at 68, 67, and another 68. How close is Koromaru to 68? Yeah, we're really getting up there. Not all that close. Mamudorn, and you even have one skill beyond Mamudorn. Maybe we haven't found the stairs, actually. That's probably a Jotun, though. Well, that's definitely... Well, actually, wait, that's not a... We had not found the stairs, and that was not a dead end, and I got whacked by this enemy. I guess these things are just more common in the later floors, and I just speedran the later floors when I was practicing. That's probably why I didn't see any of the dice. This is not that. That's a crit, isn't it? Yes, that is. Ow. Oh no, don't follow that, but please don't hit Gary Stu. Just hit Ken, that's alright.
Are you okay?
This could potentially go very, very badly. Junpei, save us, please. Yeah, so you do not want enemies getting preemptive this late into the game, because it's very, very painful. Don't crit again, please. That would be really annoying. I just thought of something. Medicine. Okay, let's just check something. Well, firstly, you're going to move. Oh, I would have liked high counter there. Wow, everyone's just going all over the place. Ow, okay, this is painful. Right, so, items. Do I have an escape from battle instantly gem? Attack mirror would be kind of amusing against all those gods' hands, but let's see. So, I have a Mega Dolaron gem. I can just use a bead chain if it's a major emergency. What do I got here? Do I have... I don't think I actually have any now. Yeah, no, I don't. So, I guess I just have to use a bead chain. Before that, though, I'm going to go ahead and equip Thor, just so that we don't have any risk of getting that again.
Korra-chan's hurt. Please help him.
No, don't worry, we're on it. Where am I? There's a bead chain. Pretty much a perfect time to use one of these. Nice one. And just barely survived. But not anymore.
Oh, crap.
I don't like hearing Koromaru whimper this much. Yeah, you don't even have Mamudo on yet. You just have regular old Mamudo, which is not going to do much. Yeah, of course it didn't. Everyone who can hit these things' weaknesses run out of SP. But, do I have any Garu Zionga gem? Yeah, might as well.
The enemy's off balance. Not bad. That's it. The enemy is down. Here's our chance. Let's do it.
Well, that battle was a lot more annoying than I thought, but the stairs are right here. And soon we'll be facing off against the boss. Which hopefully should not be too bad. A 10 experience card, but it's cursed. Once again, it was the only thing that didn't merge. I am right next to the stairs. I do not care about the curse at all. Let's move. Almost there. Just a couple more floors to go. Oh, well, gonna have to fight this thing. Dice again! That's a dead end. Just want to find those stairs. Oh, that's a chest and most likely a Jotun over there. Well, those are the stairs. You know what, let's just go. We don't really need that much in the way of extra experience, except for Koromaru. Next floor. So, if we find the stairs, we can just move on to the boss. And this is a complete cyclical area around a little wall. And nope, stairs are right here. Let's go. I would say that wasn't too bad. We did come into a quite close call towards the very end with all those gods' hands. Yeah, enemies really like that move this late into the game. So, our next boss is 3 enemies. But first, let's activate the teleporter and go back and heal and save. Yeah, if this was P5, we wouldn't actually get a heal, and that would actually be quite problematic, but Actually, wouldn't really be, because we've got more than enough SP healing items at this point in the game. Not sure if there are many personas that we confuse now that we're level 75, though. I think there's a few that are at level 76, and I know there's one at level 77 that I'm dreading. But anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead and save here before the boss, and then I'll be preparing. See you then. So for this next boss, it's going to be primarily physically based, so Aegis is actually a very good idea. Immunity to Pierce helps out really well, but if you are going to bring Aegis, it's a good idea to make sure that you equip her with the lightning gloves. So I'm going to have to get rid of the space badge for her. If you don't have lightning gloves for Aegis, she may not actually be that great of an idea in this fight. I think those are the best items we can give her, so I'm going to go ahead and put her in the party. Who to replace? Even though Koromaru has the lowest level out of everyone here, might as well. I also might as well show off Junpei's weapon in action against a boss, so I'll keep him, and in a lot of ways I kind of want to keep Ken for this fight. Really, it doesn't matter who you bring here, as long as if you have lightning gloves, definitely bring Aegis, she's good. As for personas, if you have Abaddon pretty much breaks this fight in half, and I do not want to dismiss him, that's the wrong button. Persona 5 muscle memory there, because the square button looks at a Persona's stats. Yeah. That is not so great. But anyway, now that we've saved, we're going to head on out to this boss fight. And as I said before, the weapon that I just happened to get, Deadly versus Hanged Man, might actually be very effective here. I probably want to equip a persona that has an auto skill, though. I have auto Maraku on Cybele, I have auto Mataru on Thor. Let's see. You don't have anything. You don't have anything. You have auto Masuku. Might as well go for the auto Maraku. These bosses hit quite hard with their physical attacks. And I actually don't need the Tome of the Void on Ken here, because they don't have anything in terms of status. In fact, I'm pretty sure they don't have anything in terms of status. They might, but I think the Berserker's Seal might actually help out here. In fact, it's probably a good idea to have Berserker's Seals on everyone. Again, except Aegis if you're bringing her. I'm sure you already have a Berserker Seal. No, you got the Omega Drive increases chance. Actually, that's useful too. I'm going to keep that on you. And yeah, he already has high counter, so that's, I don't think it stacks? I'm not sure. I do like how in Persona 5 they actually specify whether skills stack or not in the skill description. But anyway, we have some Cyclopses. Cyclopsi, whatever. However you say it.
This is no ordinary enemy. Don't let your guard down.
The Fierce Cyclops.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
So I'm going to immediately switch over to Abaddon. Yeah, I should probably put Aegis on support. Not item. I'm going to put Ken on heal support too.
I understand.
Going to get Aegis buffing, and let's see how much this does with Deadly versus Hangman and Spearmaster. A lot. That's probably about as much as a power charge regular attack normally.
Oh, crap.
So the Fierce Cyclops is kind of, well, not exactly that interesting. It's actually a little bit boring. Mostly physical attacks. Primal Force is quite scary. The main scary thing about them, though, is Last Resort. You want to kill these things off pretty quickly. In fact, it's probably a good idea to focus down on them one at a time instead of going for them all at once, because you really don't want that last resort going off. In fact, I think they're the only boss that has that ability. Now, there's another weird thing about them. They have Mazionga. Originally, I was confused as to why they'd have this, and then I realized, Aegis. If it weren't for this skill, Aegis with her upgraded persona pretty much trivializes this fight entirely, so I think that's there just to hit her weakness. But I have the lightning gloves. Oh, Vorpal Blade! So yeah, that's the benefit of high counter. Not that it's really doing much back to them, but yeah. These things have some pretty powerful physical moves. Vorpal Blade as well as Primal Force. However, Abaddon is totally immune to all of them. They can also Power Charge.
I need your help.
Okay, this should help us. Even though a lot of us dodged that last attack anyway. So let's see, who is, yeah, so like I said, I probably want to focus down on one of them at a time. Wow, this Deadly versus Hangman is really, really helping here. Oh, that's not good. Thankfully that wasn't the Power Charge one. Yeah, Primal Force is pretty painful, and unfortunately my healer got knocked down, so that's not good. Igus can heal though, which is good.
Kenkun's in trouble.
Here.
It's probably not the best use of your turn. That, I believe, is Power Charge, and you got high counted.
Persona.
Why didn't you heal, Igus? You probably should have healed then. I kind of want to make the most of this Tartarus. Oh, that thing is going second. If I hit it too hard, it's probably going to try and last resort, so I am actually going to not do that, and instead I'm going to not Weary Thrust, I'm going to just heal. Probably have a couple of regular... You know what, I might as well just use my bead chains right now. It's the very end of the game. No need to hold on to these. It's not like FE7 where you got a funds rank where you want to hold on to your rare items towards the end. I never liked the way the funds rank worked in that game. I always found it was really weird. And now you're using Dear Rahan to heal a minuscule amount of damage. And that's why Igus is awesome in this fight. Again, provided that she has immunity to electricity. Pierce is the only physical element that is not resisted by these things, so you'll often see Junpei using things like that.
I need your help.
Okay, there's a heat wave.
The enemy
And
is
barely
still
anything. So yeah,
alive.
like I said, Pierce is really the only thing that works here. Oh boy, I don't want you to use Last Resort. You might end up using Last Resort though. Oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna have to switch off Abaddon for a second, but I know Thor has Power Charge. I'll probably be able to take that thing out in a single shot if I Power Charge. Although the Tartarus is gonna wear off soon. Uh-oh. Well, that was good. Just switched off of the thing that was immune to that. Careful, everyone. In fact, Junpei might end up just killing it outright, maybe. Another torrent shot. I might not have even needed the power charge.
Couldn't finish it up.
Ow, ow! Yeah, that was power charged on your end. That was painful. Okay, good. You're going for the Maraku Kaja, thanks to the auto Maraku wearing off. That's gonna help. Okay, and hit evasion rate. Turn to normal. Let's go back to the one who has Spearmaster. Yeah, the Spearmaster skill is actually pretty useful in this fight. And goodbye. That was overkill, but I don't care.
That wasn't good.
I really, really want to avoid these things exploding. I don't like it when they power charge, though.
It's off.
Yeah, expect to see a lot of torrent shot out of Junpei here.
That one just won't die.
Oh no, double power charge. We still have the auto revive active, and as long as we're still on Abaddon... Is that gonna miss everyone? Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I don't like the way those buffs work in this game. They fixed that in Persona 4, thankfully. They fixed a lot of things in Persona 4. Oh wow, that's gonna hurt a lot.
The enemy's off balance. Attack. Do it again.
Do I go for it again? I'm gonna go for this one, actually. Really? Wow! That is absurd luck!
Nice one. The enemy's off balance now.
Here's a chance.
I did not count on ever getting an all-out attack in this fight.
Get back here, you son
But in fact, going for that might not have been a good idea. Uh-oh, okay, we want to kill off one of them quickly. Oh no, dear Rahan. I foresee an explosion incoming. Okay, we're just using a regular slice attack. See, even not... Actually, wait, I'm pretty sure that was power charge. But yeah, these enemies do hurt quite a bit. This might be bad, actually.
That one just won't die.
Okay, it's not exploding.
Providing backup.
Thank you for the dear Rahan. Okay, that thing's definitely gonna explode, Nick. Really? 3 crits in a row, are you kidding me?
Get him!
This is some insane luck.
Up here.
Oh, and of course you're gonna explode. No one's at any risk of this, though. Everyone's at full HP. Guess you just got an indicator of how much that does, though.
I gotta pull it together.
About half your max HP at this point in the game, which is actually quite a lot. And that is another level up for Odin, which is good. No magic gain, though. So yeah, that's not really that tough of a boss, especially if you have physical immune personas, but it can still be kind of difficult. Yeah, there's only one more boss left in all of Tartarus. Well, I mean, besides the Reaper, and besides a certain optional boss, who I don't think is available in a first playthrough anyway. But yes, only one main Tartarus Guardian left. So that puts our Judgment rank at 8. Getting close to the end here. And a Soma. So, let's head back down and regroup. It's actually pretty amazing to think this, but the next set of floors of Tartarus, right up till the next boss, that's the end. This is the very last part of Tartarus. Well, again, I'm kind of lying there, but in terms of the main part of Tartarus, we're almost done. We're almost completely done. It just feels pretty surreal to actually be saying that. Only one more expedition to go before we're completely through here. So I'm going to go switch over to some party members who haven't had as much experience. So, I suppose Igus hasn't either. So let's get Junpei out, and let's, yeah, let's put Akihiko in. You still have the lightning gloves, right? You do. Good. Okay, then. Actually kind of funny because I'll need to be using Ken for the next boss as well. But now that we've defeated the boss, I'll save. There is actually one thing that we can do in the Velvet Room right now. Of course, there'll be more once we hit level 76. Let's just check status quickly, let's see. Actually, 76 is not too far off. I think I'll actually go further with an expedition and then go back to the Velvet Room once we've actually got... it is going to require me to heavily purge my Persona deck, though, because let's just say it's 2 very, very big fusions, so... I should probably take care of the first now. Yeah, I might as well take care of the first now before I go on. So I'll see you back here for that.